Hey there guys, so I'm going to profile my Paleozoic spellbook frog deck. Now this deck, I've only brought this to locals. I have never brought this deck to a regionals yet, so I just want to show you my deck lists for now. So of course, if you're playing Paleo frogs, you have to play the free copies of Swap Frog. He is your main monster in the deck. He allows you to send one copy of send a water monster from deck to graveyard to special summon him from your hand, which really works well with your blue boy, and I'll show you a reason why in a second. He also allows you to do your link 2 plays and your XC plays very easily in the deck without having to get rid of so many resources. Next is free copies of Dupe Frog. Now, the reason you're playing free Dupe Frog is a couple reasons. One, you want to play enough frogs to where your rodent totem is gaining its ability off multiple times in the game, and this is mostly an expendable monster essentially. If you have nothing else and you just set this, if your opponent kills it, you still get something out of it. Especially since it can be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can get the search off, which is really nice. And of course, the 2 copies of rodent totem because you need him for the link combos and the ring 2 XC combos as well. And then we have one of my favorite engines that I just recently picked up. We got my spellbook engine with two blue boys. I really like him. He searches out your secrets, which searches out your Rudra, which allows you to draw 2 cards, allowing you to draw into your Swap Frog, allowing his effect to go off much easier, and getting some more plays going with that, and getting you new cards, and digging you deeper with consistency as well. And then we have some going second. This is if you're going second. I put in 2 Ghost Ogres because a lot of people at my locals play ABCs and True Dracos. So I put this Ghost Ogre in to go against them. This is why you see them in the main deck. Because I don't have Ash Blossom, so this is my replacement for Ash Blossom. Is right here with the Ghost Ogre. We have the 2 copies of Secrets. I've seen people play 2 or 3 of this. I enjoy it at 2 because I'm only going to get the combo off 2 times in a game. So I don't really want to play free copies of it. The same reason is for two Spellbook of Knowledge. It's really good. It's essentially a trade-in that is searchable for any deck that can play the Spellbook engine, which is really nice, especially for this deck that needs some draw power. And then you're not gonna agree with this, some of you, but I decided to put in free Pot of Desires, more draw power. Yes, it banishes your frog in your spellbook engine, but this is why you're playing this is why you're playing a 44 card deck, so the chances of that happening are even smaller now with 44 cards in the main deck compared to 40. Dark Hole is if you're going second and your opponent makes these massive boards, and Paleozoics can't really get over big massive boards going second. Free copies of Canada. This is my joke for that card. For Canada, it's not bad. It's not as good as Oleanitis, which is your spell and trap destruction. Because Oleanitis can still destroy spells and traps, while Canada has to target the monster, which targeting some monsters in the game isn't going to help you unless they're in their link zone, which is pretty helpful if it's a non-link monster. We then have our free copies of Dynamiscus. Now, I put this card at 2 because, one, the problem I have with this card is the bricks sometimes, and I don't like having bricks, but I want more Paleozoics in the deck, so I put 3 of it in here just in case I banish like two copies of it. I still have it in the deck, so that's why I put it at 3 again, because I hate banishing cards. I hate banishing it sometimes. And it's normally the card you dump with your Morella. If this card is still in your deck, you normally dump it with Morella, which is the next card on the list. Play 2 copies of it. I might bump this up to free, just because it's really good going first. Dump a Paleozoic you don't want in your deck, like the Dynamiscus, and it allows you to fuel up your graveyard with Paleozoics. That way, when you activate your other traps, you get more monsters out of the graveyard and doing your link plays as well. Then you have your one Lint choice. Now this is mostly in here because this is mostly in here to help with the frog combo. if I'm banishing, to keep on banishing with Rodent Totem. I put it back in just for that. Then I got 3 copies of Reckless Greed, which is pretty standard in the deck, I believe. It gets you more draw power, and if you get 2 of these off, you're just going to draw 4 cards and skip 2 turns, which is alright in this deck with the draw power that you have. 2 Mirror Forces instead of Quaking or Storming. The reason for that is, 1, Quaking is going to be a bad card soon, and it's not going to help you in this format for the most part. To be honest with you, I would rather play Storming than regular Mirror Force, but for now I only have this, so it works fine for the most part. And then we have 2 copies of Lost One. This is mostly here to get, mostly here for its dual purpose of being able to set it back from the graveyard if your opponent special summons a monster, and it triggers multiple Paleozoics if you use it twice, which is really nice. And it lowers the attack of the monster, which is always nice. Then we have 1 anti-spell for the Pendulum matchup, because it totally shuts them off. It also really slows down True Draco and ABC, which is why I put it in here. I only have 1 copy of it, so that's why it's only at 1 in the deck. Then we have more Spell and Trap Hate. 2 Heavy Storm Duster. I like it more than Twin Twister because it doesn't make me discard a card from my hand, because I'm already doing that with Dynamiscus, so I don't want more of those. So I just decided to put in 2 Heavy Storm Dusters for more backdoor removal. And then finally, 1 Solemn Warning and 2 Strikes, which are self-explanatory, and no, I don't have free strikes, so that's why I'm playing my 2 secret copies of it. So yeah, that's the main deck. Then for the extra deck is really small. 1 Deco Talker. He's there for situations when you want to bring him out. We have 30 copies of Mistar Boy. He is the card that makes this deck playable now, because he gives your monsters 500 attack boost, and he allows you to go for multiple XYZ summons because of his link markers, and he gives your monsters a big enough boost. And then we have 2 copies of Ophibinia. This card is not bad. It gives you searching power, and it allows you to pretty much. I like it very much, just because of the fact that you can activate your traps from your hand. If you have trap material under it, it's really good for that, giving you more plays. Especially since once it has no more material, you can just use it to summon your link, your Mistar Boy. And then we have 1 of this. I never make it, but it's in here just because it's really big, 2400 attack, and it's essentially a Trident, so that's nice. Then we have Cat Shark and Daigusto Phoenix, really good to pump up your monster and do massive amounts of damage to win the game. This is why I play them. Also, I don't have all the rank 2s that I would want, like Hearst Javelin and Sky Cavalry, and I'm missing 1 copy of Totally Awesome. This card is probably the 2nd best card in the deck, just because it negates pretty much anything your opponent would do that you want to negate, which is really nice. I like it. It's pretty much just an infinity, just for rank 2s though. And then for the side deck. Now the side deck is the side deck's alright. For the Kaijus, just because you don't want to deal with Masterpiece, because he's the bane of your existence as a Paleo player. 2 System Downs. This is also for ABCs. 1 Twin Twister. I don't have Cosmic Cyclone, so I put in my copy of Twin Twister. I'll probably take it out for Cosmic Cyclone. Same thing with the 2 MSTs. I would take them out for Cosmic Cyclone. They're just in there for if my opponent's playing Trap Negation like Royal Decree or anything like that. 2 Mistakes. This is for Pendulum players and the Spiral players, to stop them from searching out from their deck. And 2 Magical Deflectors, also for True Dracos. It stops your continuous spell card effects to draw, and it also stops their field spells. And 1 copy of D-Barrier, because I only have 1 D-Barrier, and it stops your helps your Pendulum matchup.